Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Wow, those are words that I thought I would never hear again because I really started to drift and lose the mother freaking plot, y'all. I have so much to catch y'all up on, and I honestly feel like it is time for a reintroduction because your girl is changing, has changed so much. We really don't have that much time, so definitely expect a part 2. But first and foremost, let me actually reintroduce myself. Hey y'all, my name is Liz. I like to go by Liz or Lissa, and I am becoming her. I am heading into my 30s, and in my 20s, honestly, I thought I had it all figured out. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and nobody could tell me no different. Everything that I was doing, I just knew I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And in my late 20s, a lot of that started to shift and rock my world. And not really necessarily in a good way. I would say it really disturbed my nervous system a lot because I thought I was on a particular track with the career field that I wanted to do, where I wanted to live, the man that I was dating, everything. And then I had a baby on top of that. But transparently, the baby, put other things into perspective, but I was already starting to feel this way before I even got pregnant. Like I wanted to reroute, but I just never had the energy or the mindset to do it. So I just kept doing what felt comfortable and what felt normal. So fast forward to me having my baby. She's now 2 years old. Love my girl down. But really having a kid puts a lot of things into perspective. And so those thoughts that I had before said child, they started to circle back and they started to be extremely loud, and to the point where I could not ignore it. I felt like I was abandoning myself. I felt like I was being stagnant. I felt like I was just staying in my comfort zone. And something that I preach nonstop is to be confident, is to be just that type of person that consistently moves out of their comfort zone. And I felt myself being hypocritical because I just got comfortable. I got comfortable with what I know, how to make money, how to grow, how to just exist. And this new idea that has been lingering in my mind for years seems scary. It seems different. It seems foreign. And transparently, I feel like I can't be this version of myself that I keep seeing in my head. And then God literally started to shake the mother freaking table, guys. When I tell you, the voice in my head got louder and louder and louder to the point where it was literally screaming at me. And I really feel like God just moves in such a divine way where things around me started to really point me in the direction that I should go in a different route with my career path, with my overall life, of just how I'm experiencing life, how I'm approaching life, how I'm living, all the way down to my financial choices, to the car I want to drive, where I want to live, how I want to look aesthetically, how I want to feel in the morning. Like everything about my life just needed to change. And it's not like my life was terrible or bad, but it's just time to grow. And so with that, I made a decision. With that, I decided to step out of my comfort zone, like I constantly preach, and be an example of process, progress, discipline, confidence, and developing my own dreams. And starting over can be extremely scary. I mentioned being in a relationship. I was in a relationship for too long, y'all. We'll get into that in later videos. But I was in a relationship for a really long time. And even with that, as I reflect on that, I stayed in that relationship way too long than I should have. And again, just staying in my comfort zone, what feels normal, what felt natural at the time, anything outside of that scared me. But here I am becoming, and let's get more into part 2.